Hi. We are going to be talking about abacus, and I am going to be going through some of my book. I do have a little bit, and I think what I was going to do is I was going to have it, and was going to go through it. And I'm kind of excited. Okay, so we are here, and what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to read the abacus. When we learn how to read the abacus, we're going to understand how to add and subtract. But I don't know if we're going to go, hi Kyle, I don't know if we're going to be able to do adding and subtraction today because I only have a few minutes. What I want to do is I want to go through the book. But to do this, before I go through, hey Smartass Mama, that's a funny name. Thank you so much for joining. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is the abacus, right? To understand how to read the abacus, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Anytime the beads are touching the horizontal bar, these are being counted. So if you notice, these are all zeros. These are all zeros. These are not one. These are all zeros. This is a column. These columns are like place values. So these 4 beads is touching the horizontal bar. Because the beads are touching the horizontal bar, we are now tracking it. Because we're tracking it, right? The horizontal bar is tracking. It tracks our digits. So here, this is 5. The top bead will always have a value of 5 no matter what. So if this is 5, this is 5, these are all 5s. These are all 5s. That's what 5 is. Now I'm going to clear it out, and now we have 0. And if we look, we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Notice we have 9. How do we know that this is 9? This is 9 because when we counted 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Together, this is 9. And then after 9 is 10. When we do 10, we have 1 and a 0. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. After 15, we have 16, 17, 18, 19, and then 20. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through some of these worksheets that I've just created. It's a maze worksheets, but the thing is we need to understand how to read the abacus. So let me know if anybody has any questions about how to read the abacus and why do we need to use it? Well, this is a math tool, and this math tool helps everybody understand how to utilize math, how everything works. And so when we look at it, this is 20. How do I know? Because I have a 2 and a 0. I'm trying to find my little, what do you call it? What do you call this? Chart. This is my little chart. So if you notice, I have my ones. So this is my ones, and this is very dark. Let me see if I can lighten it up a little bit. Oh, that's too much. All right, so we're going back. So we have our ones. If you notice, this is each column is a place value. Ooh, maybe that's too dark. Oh my gosh, I'm always playing around with this thing. Okay, there we go. Okay, so when we look, this is my 1. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. After 5, we have 6. So notice we have 5 and a 6. Notice this is an abacus, and an abacus is a counting tool. This also helps us with adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division. It just depends on how we do it. So do we understand? Are we tracking like a horizontal bar? This is the horizontal bar, and it tracks our digits. So this is 6. We have 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9. You might be wondering what happened to, hey SpongeBob, you might be wondering what happened to 10. Well, if you notice, this is our 1s, this is our 10s, this is our 1s, this is our 10s. So this is 10. We have 1 and a 0, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Together is 90, and this is 0, so it's a 9 and a 0. If we look, this is 690. Hello, KK224. And if we were to look that up into the abacus, it is 224. Does that make sense? So we have 224. Anybody have any questions? I have a question for you. Here's my question. If I did a number, what number do you think this is? Can we put it in the chat? What number do you think this is? Hello, everybody. Hello. When we look at it, we want to do our ones, our tens, our hundreds, our thousands, and our 10,000. So thank you so much for the like. Hey, Alberto. Okay, so in the chat, what number do you think this is? If the top beat is equal to 5, so this is 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 here and 7 here. What number do you think this is? Hey, Courtney. That's funny. So we're going to count. Let's try it again. So that was actually 77 for those of you that were paying attention and were tracking the numbers. So as we track the numbers, we want to make sure we have the horizontal bar. The horizontal bar tracks our numbers and we know that this is 7. How do I know this is 7? Because we have 5, 6, 7. All the top bead has a value of 5. This is 5, this is 5, these are all value of 5. But then when you put it together with the bottom bead, which is 1 and 1, that means it's 5 plus 1, this is 7. 5 plus 1, this is 70. So now we have 77. Does that make sense? Hey, John Songs and Christopher. Does that make sense? So what we're doing is we're reading how to read the abacus. When we understand how to read the abacus, we can go into more adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? I know we're just kind of come in and just kind of looking, but I just want to make sure that we're all on the same track. So when I count, I do 1, 2, 3, 4. I really don't like my... Maybe if I did this, maybe if I did this, maybe if I did that. How about that? Okay, let's see if that looks better. Oh, that did not look better. All right, so maybe this looks better. There we go. How about this? How about this? No, that doesn't look better either. Oh, no. Okay, good. That's better. That's better. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to read on the abacus. We're going to read on the abacus again. 1, 2, 3, 4. After 4, oh, thank you, OD. Yeah, I just want to make sure that you can read the abacus, right? Because that's the focal point. Okay, good. Thank you so much for OD. Okay, so we have 4. Do we understand how 4 is? So this is 4 and this is the horizontal bar. Because we're tracking the horizontal bar, this is all 4. So when we look, this is 5. I'm actually quite excited to take a look at how the maze looks like for everybody. But I want to make sure that everybody understands how to read the abacus before we go into the worksheet. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After 9, we have 10. So we know that this is 10. We have 1 and a 0. Oh, the abacus, yeah, Partysaurus 12, yeah. So if we want to do 12 on the abacus, it looks like this. This is this is 12. I'm so happy. Do you know how to use the abacus? Do we know how to read the abacus? Because I have some worksheets I need to go through. I'm editing some worksheets. So here is 12. We have a 1 and a 2. This is the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, and the 10,000. No, but I'll learn. Yes! Thank you so much for commenting, so I'm not alone. I keep going. I think I'm getting it. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Odie, thank you so much for commenting because I just want to be able to have a conversation. I think yes. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm not alone. I'm not talking Chinese or Spanish or I'm not talking alien. So when we look at it, this is the horizontal bar. Now, if you notice, the whole horizontal bar has this dot. This is the indicator. Hey, Mr. Clean. This indicator, it tells me where the ones place is. Basic binary. Okay, I'm not sure about that, David Jones, because I don't know binary. Okay. So this is my indicator. My dot indicator tells me that this is my ones place. When we look at it, this is my ones, my tens, my hundreds, my thousands, and my 10,000. So when we look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure this is binary. I'm not sure because it's not a zeros and ones. I've been watching the past weekish, and I'm wondering why you started where you did. Oh, no, actually, misguided mistletoe. That's misguided. It's not the decimal. This is just a dot indicator. The decimal actually happens between the ones and the tens. I can use your name. Does that make sense? So we have the ones column because each column is a place value. So if each column is a place value, this is the ones and then this is the tens. So the decimal doesn't take a place value. Right, exactly. Yes, Kia, the blue is always going to be the top beat is 5, no matter what. But the decimal happens between the tenths and the ones and the tenths. And then we have hundreds. Exactly. And so this is 5. So when we count, this is 9. And then this is 9. This is 9. That's 9. These are all 9s. These are all 9s. So if I wanted to be, yeah, these are all 9s. However, misguided mistletoe, if you think I can actually choose this one to be my ones. So now I have multiple places that I can call home. I have multiple places to call my ones. I can be here or I can be here. It doesn't matter. Because, why? When we have a larger abacus, we have many places for our ones to be. It doesn't matter. It just depends on how big my number will get. So if my number is what, 1,000, 1,000,000, right? Then I would like to change to a bigger abacus because now size matters. So, Mr. Clean, are we okay? Do we understand? I think so. Yes, the blue bead is a value of 5. Yes, you're absolutely right. The blue bead is a value of 5. However, it is the top bead. So what because now we have a brown beads and there's no blue. So it's always the top bead has a value of 5, if that makes sense. So the top bead is a value of 5. So this is 5, this is 5. So when we do it, this is 6. Okay, so here is a 13 column abacus, and I can choose any dot indicator to be my ones. And so if I wanted to have if I know I'm going to have 1,000,000 digits, then I will start from here. I'll start from here. If I have 1,000,000,000,000 digits, then I'll start from here. What does it look like but by itself? By itself, it looks a little lonely. That's what it looks like. This is a great question. Thank you so much for the questions. So that's what it is. Because it's a 1 and 0. We want to make sure that we keep track of the place value. 0, 1. So now we can count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, and then 50. We have 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So the third green would exactly. Why? Because we have our columns. Ones, tens, hundreds. So when I make it 0 and I do this, this will be 100. 100. 200, 300, 400, and then 500 because we have 500. If I did this, this would be 5,000. 500. I'm sorry, 5000. And then 50,000. 50,000. 50,000. 5,000,000. So what would 600 look like? 600 would be one bead on top and one bead on the bottom in the hundreds column. If I choose this dot indicator as my ones place, it would be here. 0, 0, 6. 600. 600. If I was here, I would do 600. 600 because I would call this as my ones. So 699 exactly. So let's do 699. 699 would be blue bead down, green bead up. We could do 600, 666. We could do that too. Does that make sense? So we have 669 or 666 or 600. Hello, Haley. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So as we read the abacus, it's exactly the same in each column. This is 9. This is 9. This is 9. They're all the same. I meant 600. Put the blue. Yes. Yes. I understand. But meant to say 600. Would the blue be? Yes. So when we look at it, it would look like this. Yes. Exactly. No, yeah, I understand, but I wanted to show the different variations, and those are very valid ones. What about the abacus with 2 beads on top? Well, 2 beads on top is called the Chinese abacus. Let's see if I have enough room. Do I have enough room? Okay, good. So the Chinese abacus has 2 beads on top. It works roughly the same. What it means is the top bead is always 5. So we have 2 top beads. This is 5 plus 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10. But there's an exchange. So what happens is when we do 5, this is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5. We have to exchange it for this. So there's a lot of redundancy actually that happens. So when we do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we do an exchange of this. Or we do an exchange of that. I don't understand why we do have a top bead, because what we do need to do is we need to exchange it. It's because if we did this, this is 20. We don't read it that way. From my assumption, my theory, I think they would exchange it to do this so you could see that it takes a place value, because this 10 over here doesn't understand. This is not logical to have the 10s in the 1 section because they're very different, right? The 10s is a 10. So they would have to exchange it, so they would make it, this would be 20. Does that make sense, misguided? So when we work with the Chinese abacus, it's a little bit more redundant. And then the Japanese came along because we had the Chinese abacus first, in the timeline, the Chinese abacus became before the Japanese abacus, and the Japanese do what they always do, and they made it more efficient. So in the timeline, there's like way back in the day when we started business, right? After we bartered, we started using pebbles to work with our numbers. So because we started using pebbles, then they put it onto a frame. And then after the frame, then they put it into this. And then after this, they made it to this. So the new kids on the block uses the Japanese abacus because it's more efficient. Yeah, cool, fantastic, right? Makes sense. And that's the thing, is like you don't have Chinese abacus competitions, but you have Japanese abacus competitions, which is really cool, and the kids are super fast. There's a bunch of kids that there's this one lady that I was talking about. There's this one lady, and she knows the abacus method, and she competes against Bill Gates, who has a calculator. Yeah, those competition kids are fast. Yeah, and then the lady who does competing against Bill Gates with a calculator, she does it through the abacus way as well. She does it through the Japanese abacus because it's just easier and quicker and faster. And so they realize they can go blah 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 blah. But I don't teach competition abacus. I teach happy math. Those kids get a lot of they spend a lot of time doing the arithmetic and stuff. But you can do adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division on it. All right. So we're okay are we understanding, how to read the abacus? I can start going into let's do some questions. Are we ready for some questions? Here we go. Here is my worksheet. So if I look, and this is a maze, if I look, this is 52. So I follow the path and I come down to here. This is 17. So I follow the path and I go up here. This is 28. I follow the path and I come down. What number do you think this is right here? Anybody know? Let's see. Let's see if we could do this. What number do you think that is? So if I showed, yeah, okay, good. 95. Yes. So let's take a look. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then don't forget there's a 5 up here. So this is 95. So we're going to go up to here and then we follow the path. So what is this number over here? If this is the 10s and then this is the 5s, what number would be? Yeah, right? Sometimes we forget that there's the 5 that comes down. So this one right here, what number is this? That would be 15, correct. 1 and a 5. So my answer would be here. And then what is this? This number is, hi Matt, welcome. We're working through my worksheet. 19. We have 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then this is 10. We're doing answers. Is that all right? Is it okay that I show you my workbook? So here, and you guys are helping me go through it, I have to edit all my worksheets to make sure that it makes sense. What number is that? If this is 20, this is 9. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so far so good. 28. No. Yeah, 29. Yes, OD. Thank you. So this number, if this number is 1, This, yes, Pegasus. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then we got to 18. Then we're down here. What number is this? This is like a race. But it's not a race. It's a maze. I created a maze. 77. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Are we okay with the the size? Does that make sense? So what number? Okay, so we're here. Yeah, we go across. And then this one, 23. 23. 23. Good. And then we're finally almost done. So this number is, yes, good job, Misguided. Hey, Miguel, yes, 31. 30, and then 1, yes. And then we do this. And then what number is the last one? This is the finish. We're finishing up. Ooh, 91. Good. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So this is my first maze. We only did one maze. It took a while. It took a while to go through all of this, and I was like, ooh. But the idea was to go through and do some bead recognition. So we have our pictures, and then we have our abacus. And so this is part of the book. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah. I mean, if you want, we could do another one. But I got 26 of them. I made 26. So I got to make like answers and stuff. We did it. Yeah, right? So, was that okay? Was that fun? Was that fun? Was that fun? But yeah, this was going to be part of it, because everything was about learning how to read the abacus. So if we started here, okay, good. I'm so happy. I was like wondering if it would be possible, because that's one of the things. Thank you for the follow, Manny. So this is where the start is, right? So now the thing is we got to find it. So yeah, let's see, 60. So this is 61. 61. Okay, so if I move it over here, what number is this? Thank you guys so much for helping me. 39. 3 and then 9. Yes. Great. So we go here, and then we come up here. What number is that? 51. We have a 5 and we have a 1. Good job. Good job, guys. Whoa, you guys are, it's like Speedy. Speedy Gonzalez. Okay, this one. This is fun. Oh, good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I was worried. I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to do this, but I needed to do it because I needed to put answers in my workbook. So we're here now. And I took the time, yeah, and I was like, I should take the time to do it. 3, right? This was easy. Yes, good. And then, oh, sorry, this one right here. Just 3. Yep. Thank you, OD. I'm getting my son one, but have to learn myself first, right? We got to learn it. I learned it before my kids too. And I have to live vicariously through them. You're right. 99. And if you can learn it, right? If you learn it, then it'd be easy for the kids to understand, because then you'll be able to teach it. What's this one? 99. Woo, 91. Oh yeah, 91. Okay, 90. And I try to make sure that the answers are different. Okay, this one. We're here now. Okay, got it. Yep, 75. 70, and then this is 5. And so the other thing was, that's 75. Whoa. Okay, 75. So now we're here. Thank you so much for the likes, you guys. Awesome. But it's really, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to help me go through and edit. And then this is 54, because I want to make sure that the answers make sense, right? Like sometimes I forget a number and I'm like, so I have to go back and I have to redo it. 25. Yes, 25. So there goes up and then up here. What is this number? This is, hey JB, welcome back. 58. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Okay, cool. And I think, okay, what's this number? Hey! What we're doing is, I didn't want to miss the fun. 42. You're right, 42. It's a lot of questions though. It's a lot. So this is the maze. So we did one. So maybe I need to do, this one was 91, wasn't it? Yeah, 91. So this is 91. And then this is 42. So I wanted to have them write 42. There we go. Yep, cool. Do we want to do another one? Okay. I love this. I caught your live the other day and learned how to read from you in 30 minutes. Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, cool. Cool. So we have this number. Okay, good. I feel so, okay, good. I don't know why I have a mental block. Like, I feel like that nobody would care about this, but I am deathly, apparently I'm incorrect. So here is what number? This one right here. This is 2. Exactly. So this is 2. And then we're here. We got to go this way. I've always wanted to learn how to read and use the abacus. Okay, 78. You know, that's the cool thing about it is after this, you know what? After this page, we can stand on our own, we can stand in our own way sometimes. We just let ourselves, glad you're here. Ah, thank you, Misguided. Thank you, Misguided Mistletoe. Yeah, yeah. Like, you know, like, it's, oh, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I just, it's touching to know that people are interested, you know, and just kind of go through it because I'm creating a book. Yes, 22. 22. So we do this and then we come down here. And then what number is this? So OD, I think OD. I'm 23. Oh, fantastic. So that was the other question was should I add the maze to the adult book? It takes all kinds of people. Yeah, you're right. And your voice is so soothing. Thank you. I appreciate it. My kids think I'm annoying. Hello, Ona. Hello. We're just looking at my worksheet, and this is the part of the book. So that was the question is like, I was going to add this as part of my book. Maybe we're adults, but we like to have fun while learning. That's what I was thinking, right? Like I was going to add in, and then it can actually translate to other things. I'm 37. I'm joy. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, good. Yes, 33. Thank you. 33. I enjoy making these worksheets. I just wish my kids had the chance to use them, but it is what it is. Now I have time, so. Okay, agreed. Okay, I will add this into it. Because I started with the first parts, 96. And then I was like, okay, it would be good to get some bead recognition, but also color it in. The idea here is to color it in and just to follow the path. So when we're finished with this, I'll show you what it looks like. This is 91. This is not 96. This is 96, not 91. Hey, Pineapple Dimples. This is 82. Yes, 82. And then we have this one right here. Now we have Mr. Clean is 82. Did that make sense? 76, 70, and then 6. Right, so that's 76. And then we go here. This number is dum 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 8. Yes. Dick just joined. I don't have one, but welcome. All right, this number. Good, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Clean and Liz and Pineapple Dimples and the Milkman. 69. Oh, that's not what I want. I wanted this one. 69. And then we're in the finish. What number is that? What number is that? 42. Yep, 42. So when we look, 42, that's the maze. So we just did, we did A, we did B, and then we did C. So, and it was one of the things just to like kind of make sure that it makes sense, that it all follows and flows. Yay, we did it! Yay, hey Sai, do we want to do some adding or do we want to continue with the maze? It's up to you guys. We could do more of the maze or we could do, because I have 26. Oh, adding. Okay, we'll do some adding. I want to try some adding. Okay, because I got like 26 pages I'm going to do. I've never seen the maze. Okay, can we do one more maze and then we'll do some adding? Is that all right? Let's do this one. So what it is it's just bead recognition. It's just a bead recognition. So Sai, we were just looking at it. So the idea is to find out what the number is. So this is, what number is this? So after this, we'll do some, I'll show you how to do adding and subtraction. And then I will head out. So now we're at this number. What number is this? This is 72. 5, 6, 7, and then 2. Yes, good. Thank you, guys. And then we have this one right here. This number is 5, 6, 7. This is 80. Yep. And then here, now we're in the middle, over here. $40. Yes, thank you. 40. So, and then over here, what number is this? And then I was thinking of, yeah, answering what the beads are. 55. Yes, 55. Not that. There we go. 55. And then we're here. So what number is this? Pegasus syndrome. Yes. And then we're here now. And then this one. 63. 63. Okay, good. So we're okay. So it seems like it's going to be okay. So this one is, what number is that? That's 12. Yes, this is 12. And then we go to here. 66. Wow, Pegasus fast. Mr. Clean's fast. Sigh. Yes. Good. Thank you, guys. Okay, this one is 88. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this one, we have 92. Yes. And our final one, 42. Yep. Thank you. Okay, so we're done. Whew, okay. I gotta do this in chunks. So that's my next one. So that's maze D. So we did A, we did B, we did C, and we did D. Okay. I think that's good. Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do some adding. Okay, I get tired after a while. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand how we're going to add. And I always play around with my camera, so please bear with me. So the first thing we're going to do, for those people that have just come on board, let's talk about some simple adding. What means by simple adding is, as long as we have enough beads, we're going to add it. So here's a question. We have 6 plus 2. We have 6 plus 2. When we do it, so then we understand, right? We added the 6, right? We notice that we have the 6. That's how come we did the bead recognition. After the bead recognition, we have 6. And then what we need to do is we need to plus the 2. When we add the 2, the question is always, do we have enough beads to add the 2? Yes, we do. So if we have the 2, we just need to move the beads. So the question goes to, why do we just, what's the point? The idea is, this is what we call simple. adding 2. So here's another one. If I do, and if you notice, Abacus focuses on the add-in. We only think about the add-in. We don't think about the result. When we look at it, we only make sure that we understand how to do the add-in. That's why we always ask the question, do we have enough beads? So here is my question, 7. That's 7. So when we have 7 and we want to plus the 2, is there enough beads to plus the 2? Yes. So my answer is 9. Well, fine. Okay. Well, what happens when there's not enough? Okay. I want to add 4. My question is 4. This is where understanding how to use the add-in comes into play. So I want to have, my question is 4 plus 2. If you notice, I don't have enough beads to plus the 2. What do I do? Well, we know we have this thing that the kids are learning. The new kids, these days, they're learning. They're learning how to make a 5. They're learning how to make a 5. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to understand how to make a 5. When we make a 5, we know how to utilize it. That's not what I wanted. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're back to here. Why are we trying to learn how to make a 5? We're learning to make a 5 because we want to make our numbers work for us. We want to utilize this 5. So if you notice, if I have 4, I don't have any more beads to add 2. I don't have any more beads to add 2. We know the partner of 2 is 3. So what's going to happen here? What will happen is we're going to isolate the variable. That's a very algebraic term, but if you notice, that is one of the things that the kids the things that the kids need to learn is algebraic formula. In Abacus, we don't teach the kids algebraic formula. We just tell the kids, do it. So the question is 3 plus, no, the formula is this. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. We're making the 5, but we want to isolate the variable. This is the variable we want to isolate. When we isolate this variable, what does that mean? I'm going to take this number over to the other side. I'm going to take that number to the other side. Does that make sense? So we're going to isolate the variable. So we're going to rewrite it. 2 is equal to 5 minus 3. It looks very familiar, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like 1 plus 2 is equal to, I'm sorry, that's wrong. 3 plus x is equal to 5. Doesn't that look very familiar? And then what we do is we move the 3 over here. So we're going to rewrite it. X is equal to 5 plus 3. Now, how does that work with Abacus? Well, I'm adding the 2. The question is 4 plus 2. This 2 is what we're going to do. We have 4. I want to add the 2. To add the 2, all I have to do is plus the 5, take away the 3. And I take away the 3. Now my answer is 6. This is too much. Well, it's in the beginning, we don't have the kids to memorize. What we do is we have the kids to understand how to add the add-in, how to work with the add-in and the subtracted. Now the thing is if I know how to add 2, yeah, Liz, if I know how to add 2, we know the opposite. What does that mean? I know the opposite. We build on our concept. We build what we understand. So if I know how to add the 2, what happens when I minus the 2? To minus the 2, I minus the 5, and I plus the 3. So now I know if I have my left hand, I have a right hand. If I have a right hand, I have a left hand. Unless you're an amputee, I am sorry. But it's like magic. Yes, you're right. And so now I want to take away the 2. Let's say I want to take away the 2. Okay, the question is, notice I'm not learning. I'm not memorizing my doubles. What I'm doing is I'm memorizing my formulas to work with the numbers. I don't memorize doubles because there's no such thing as doubles minus. Doubles minus is just 0, right? So it's so satisfying. Yes. I'm so happy you agree. So if I do minus 2, again, minus 2, I have 6 and I want to take away the 2. What do? Minus the 2, not enough. Well, if there's not enough, I'm just going to throw it out the window. Wait a minute. Hold on. We know to take away the 2, all I have to do is minus the 5 and I add the 3. So I minus the 5. Taking away the 5 is too much. I need to add the 3 to balance the equation. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the 2. So now my answer is 4. Easy? Simple to use, easy to understand. But see, the thing is because now we know how to read the abacus, we're now going into very easily going into adding and subtracting. Okay, so that's a little bit about that, and I am sorry. I'm going to end the live if that's okay. I'm going to head out, and I'm going to. I've got a meeting to go to. But that's a little bit about adding and subtracting. Adding and subtracting. We did some adding and subtracting as I promised. Anybody have any questions before I sign off? But thank you again for following me along. Yeah, no, thank you. All right, you taught me so much. Really? Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm so happy. Afterwards, after we finish all of this, we can do multiplication and division. But I do have a meeting to go to that I do want to, but I do want to make sure that if you have any questions, catch me on my next live, and we will continue on with answering questions. There's so much more to just adding and subtracting with the plus and the 5. We can do right now is afterwards, after we figure out how to do the 5s, there's a 10. And then we could do a carrying over and borrowing. And that's super easy too. That's easy. So, if everybody's okay, thank you again for joining my live. Thank you again for helping me go through my maze. I'm very happy that people like it. I will add it into the book. Thank you. Thank you, Misguided Mistletoe. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody here, and I'll see you guys in my next live. Thank you so much for the marvelous pineapple dimple. Okay. Again, I will see you guys all in my next live, and I'll see you soon. It'll be soon because I'm live all the time. Amma will let you know. Everybody who comes with, who follows me will let you know I'm live pretty often, right? Pineapple? Misguided also starts to see, right? Bye, Mr. Clean. Goodbye. Thank you, guys. Thank you.